Man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. Listen to the words. Listen to the words. You feel me? That's what we have to do, you know. Whenever we read the Bible or read God's words or his prophets, listen to the words, you know. Listen to the words. You feel me? Man shall not live alone, but by the man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. Light like feather, but heavy like lead. You feel me? It sounds simple, but it's heavy. It's powerful. You feel me? Like, you know, we have to eat healthy, you know. We have to eat healthy, you know. We have to eat good. You feel me? But ain't about food, you know. Food don't necessarily make you healthy, you know. You feel me? Food don't necessarily make you healthy, because you have a lot of people who eat healthy, but they still develop things like cancer and different type of illness, although they eating healthy. So food don't necessarily make you don't get cancer or don't get some type of sickness. You feel me? Although we have to eat healthy, but the spiritual aspect about life, you feel me? That's all we need. That's the fullness. The spiritual aspect about life is the fullness. Food that we eat in our mouth is not the fullness, because we don't have to live by food. You feel me? Because, for instance, if you talking righteousness, if you talking righteousness all day, you'll forget that you have to eat. You'll be like, man, I eat all day. We talking all day about righteousness. Because when you talking about righteousness, it fools you. You don't think about eating material food. The flesh, you feel me? The flesh is what'll make you hungry, you know. The flesh is what we don't satisfy with our hunger, you know. It's not the spirit, you know. The spirit don't get satisfied by food, you know. The spirit gets satisfied by righteousness. You feel me? That's what satisfies the spirit. Righteousness, happiness, joy. Food don't necessarily, you know, satisfy, you know, that fullness. Food more pacify it. Food more pacify it. That feeling inside that you want quench. Food more satisfy it. But the spirit, you feel me? The spirit that's what we have to look at. The spirit, because man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. You feel me? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. You feel me? And for instance, you see a lot of those people out there who want to lose weight, and they, you know, they on different pills to lose weight. They getting all type of surgery to lose weight. Listen to me, right? That's the perfect way. If you want to lose weight, you have to look at it from a spiritual way, because we don't need food to survive, you know. Food ain't the onlyest thing what'll make us survive, you know. Because if food was the onlyest thing what'll make us survive, why would it be written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God? Half of the time we feel hungry is because of the flesh. It don't mean like we hungry. It don't mean when we feel hungry, it don't mean we hungry, you know. It's the flesh. We satisfy in the flesh. Like I say, if you talking about righteousness all day, like God, like upfulness, and you talking for hours, say you talking for hours with a friend or whatever, time will just pass and you'll be like, man, I eat all day, I even feel hungry, because your soul, your spirit getting satisfied by these words, by these powerful words about God. So if you trying to lose weight, if you're trying to lose weight and you look at it from a spiritual way, like how God say, man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. Like how it's been written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God. That will guide you. That will guide you. We only be overweight, and we only let food control our life because of the flesh, you know. The flesh is what a lust for food, you know. The spirit don't lust for food. The spirit lusts for righteousness. So if we live more of the spirit, food ain't gonna matter. Food ain't gonna matter. Food ain't gonna be on our mind. Food is not gonna be on our mind if we live more for the spiritual aspect of life. The reason we get overweight in stuff is because we more fleshly. We more of the fleshly, worldly things. You feel me? That's why we get overweight. We don't need to be eating all this food because we don't live by food. Food ain't the onlyest thing that will make us survive. You feel me? So, like I say, regardless if you eating healthy or not, we have to eat healthy, yes, but not because we eating healthy that means we won't get sick, or we won't develop this type of sickness. The spirit now is what will help all of that. Like the spiritual aspect about life is what will be more prevent what will make it more prevention from getting sick, like cancer and them type of stuff. You feel me? Because a merry heart is the best medicine. So once your heart merry, it gonna battle whatever sickness you dealing with. But food don't necessarily mean you could battle sickness, like it gonna prevent you from being sick. But a merry heart, like a happy spirit, that will fight against any sickness and defeat any sickness, because it's been written, a merry heart is the best medicine. So life is more of, if you live life more of the spiritual aspect, it will keep you healthy than food, more than food. If you live life from a spiritual aspect, right, it's gonna help you to be more stronger than eating food. Like people say, I'm eating healthy, so I feel strong, I feel this. Yes, eating healthy is good, but living more of the spirit is better. Because like I say before, not because you eating healthy that means you won't develop some type of sickness. And if you eating healthy and you develop some type of sickness, what's the best way that can beat that sickness? Is a merry heart, a happy spirit. Because it's been written, a merry heart is the best medicine. Because a lot of the time we feel sick, we feel depressed, our heart don't feel merry. But if we keep a cheerful countenance and an upful spirit, that will break the spell of sickness in those type of things. Because Christ came and he conquered all sickness. When Christ came, he defeated all sickness. He defeated all illness. Christ already win that battle for us. So if we sick and we look towards righteousness and we look towards Christ, and we deal with a righteous and a happy spirit, it will defeat whatever illness we have. That's the cure for any illness. A merry heart. Because Christ defeated all illness. You feel me? Christ defeated all illness, all pain, all misery. That's why we have to look to Christ when we're going through any turmoil in our life or any situation. We don't need to look to food. We need to look to spirituality. Spirituality. That's the key. That's the way. We need to look towards spiritualness.